Congratulations on the birth of your baby. We know this is an exciting time for you with many, many new things to learn, including breastfeeding. To make this easier, we want to share some basic tips with you. Breastfeeding can contribute to a healthier future for both you and your baby. If it's one thing you'll be doing more than anything else during the first months of motherhood, it's feeding your baby. Just like during pregnancy, your body is designed to meet your baby's needs, and your baby is born expecting the milk that your body naturally provides.
Research shows that mother's milk is much more than food. It contains ingredients important to health that babies just can't get anywhere else.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends mother's milk as the preferred feeding for all infants, including premature and sick newborns, with only rare exceptions, and breastfeeding should begin as soon as possible after birth.
Usually, if baby and mom are not separated and he is on her chest, in less than an hour's time, that little head starts bobbing around looking for the breast.
Like anything else, breastfeeding takes practice, and it can be very helpful to have assistance from someone trained and knowledgeable about breastfeeding. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become.
The mechanics were awkward initially, but it really got easier with each breastfeeding time, which occurs quite frequently. Initially, I needed help from both my husband and the lactation consultants, and now I'm to the point that I can do it on my own.
At first, your breast will produce colostrum, the first milk. This is loaded with the food your baby needs and antibodies to fight infections. Some call colostrum baby's first immunization. After a few days, as your baby begins to need more, your breasts begin to make more milk. As long as your baby's torso and hips are pressed against your body and baby's chin or cheeks are touching your breast, your baby knows to open wide and take the breast. This touch tells your baby what to do. If your baby needs more help to get onto the breast, you can shape your breast into an oval with fingers running parallel to the baby's lips. This can help baby get a bigger mouthful, which can make breastfeeding more comfortable. When your baby's body is facing yours, he won't have to turn to either side, and if the baby's head is free to tilt back slightly, it makes swallowing easier. A new baby needs to be breastfed at least 8 to 12 times every 24 hours. Plan to breastfeed whenever your baby seems hungry. Don't try to put him on a set schedule. As your baby grows, a routine will begin to emerge. Where and how you breastfeed your baby makes all the difference in how enjoyable the experience is for both of you. To set the stage for a relaxed feeding, choose your favorite place and most comfortable position. You can feed your baby lying down, sitting up, or leaning back. If sitting up, position your baby's head comfortably along your arm with baby's torso and hips pressed against your body.
When your baby's torso and chin are touching your body, this triggers your baby's inborn feeding behaviors. When babies feel this touch, they know how to get to the breast and feed.
There are also other positions you can use to breastfeed your baby. Along your side may be a good choice if your breasts are very large or you've had a cesarean delivery. Or you can lie on your side and rest while breastfeeding. Whatever way is comfortable for you and your baby. Once your baby has taken the breast and is feeding well, allow him to finish feeding on the first side before offering the second breast. After a burp or two, he may want to breastfeed on the second breast if he's still hungry. Most babies want one breast at some feedings and both breasts at some feedings. Follow your baby's lead. One of the easiest and most relaxing ways is called laid-back breastfeeding. You can do this at home on a couch, bed, or recliner. Or you can do it when you're out by simply moving your hips forward in your chair and leaning back.
First, lean back and get comfortable. Then, put your baby face down on your body with your breast accessible. Your baby's born knowing how to get to the breast and take it. In this position, your body supports your baby's weight, and your arms are like a nest, and your hands are free in case you need to help your baby. Gravity keeps your baby close, and that makes it less work for you. Breastfeeding is meant to be comfortable. If it hurts, you may need to help your baby take a bigger mouthful of breast.
Many new parents worry whether their newborn is getting enough to eat. To gauge how much your new baby is taking in at each feeding, use signs like weight gain or how often you change your baby's diaper. After day 4 of life, your baby should have 4 to 6 soaked wet diapers and 3 to 4 soft stools per day. Although babies lose weight after birth, breastfed babies usually regain their birth weight by 2 weeks of age and then gain about 4 to 8 ounces a week.
Especially during the early weeks, baby's job is to breastfeed often to build mother's milk supply. But don't expect your baby to feed at set times. Many babies cluster or bunch their feedings together during some parts of the day.
What's amazing is how breastfeeding miraculously meets the exact growth needs of your infant. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, research shows breastfeeding provides more than just food for your baby. Babies are born expecting the protection mother's milk provides against viral and bacterial illnesses, such as colds and ear infections. Babies who are not breastfed and miss out on these ingredients tend to be sick more often. Later in life, babies not breastfed are also at greater risk for allergies and health problems such as diabetes. There's also evidence that babies not breastfed are at greater risk for sudden infant death syndrome and developmental delays. Not only is breastfeeding important for your baby's good health, it's also important for yours. Mothers who do not breastfeed are at greater risk for breast and ovarian cancers, diabetes, and uterine hemorrhage after birth. Breastfeeding is also convenient, economical, and enhances the strong bond between you and your baby. Health professionals recommend exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months and continued breastfeeding through at least your baby's first year, with the addition of age-appropriate other foods at around 6 months. The closer you get to meeting this goal, the better for both you and your baby.
I tell mothers that although exclusive breastfeeding is recommended for the first 6 months, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Some breastfeeding is better than none, and the more breastfeeding the better for both mothers and babies.
To help you continue breastfeeding after returning to work or when you're away from your baby at feeding times, expressing your milk either by hand or with a pump is an option. You can freeze any expressed milk for later use. This makes it possible for someone else to feed your baby your milk when you're away. Some women find using a breast pump is quicker than expressing by hand. If you're a working mother, a high-quality double-breast electric pump may be a faster, more practical option. The good news is, with hand expression or the use of a breast pump, you can continue to provide breast milk for your baby as long as you want. And unlike so much that is considered best for your baby, in this instance, the best is yours to give.